Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And I'm coming on today to give a daily dose of hope because the energies in the planet are starting to pick up a bit and things are starting to get a bit crazy and wacky. And so um, I was guided by my guides to come on and just give a daily dose of hope. So, what I'm going to do first is I got some of my bowls here, my Tibetan bowls. And so I'm just going to kind of charge the atmosphere a bit here. All right. So today I'm coming on at a different time than I usually come on. Um, Sorry about that. And so what? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is give a daily pocket of peace as the energies on our planet are starting to pick up. So I'm coming on just to give a pocket of peace, a dose of hope, I guess is what the better way of saying it. So just I have a few things I want to talk about, and then I'll just go into a channeling. Um, so the first thing, I just want to share a little bit about the Course in Miracles. So um, just wanted to talk about some lessons that I've been doing for a long time, and I'm going through the lessons one more time for the sixth time, 6 years, and some of the lessons are really becoming more and more clear to me, and I'm becoming more and more able to explain it in a more kind of down to earth way, using it in everyday situations so I can explain it or help others with it in situations. And so this one, it's a review of 4 lessons. I'm upset because I see something that is not there. And this one always confused me, like, what? And but basically, right, just that we create all these dramas in our lives where there's nothing there. It's like it's a really beautiful day, or it's a rainy day, or it's whatever, but nothing's really happening. But we create all these dramas. So, and it makes us upset. And we create all these rules that the world should do. Like today, it should not be raining, and I'm upset that it's raining, but it's like, what are you going to do? Um, and unless you can change the weather, that's a whole different story. Um, the other one is I see only the past, right? In every kind of situation that we're in, we try to judge it by saying, okay, well, up until this point in my life, and maybe in all of my past lives, this has happened. If I do this, this happens. So I should do this because this is what's going to happen. It's like we can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen. Um, and so, but by choosing everything from what happened in the past, you just keep repeating it over and over and over and over again. And that relates to something I want to talk about. Actually, I'll just talk about that one now. This living in the past. The next one too. My mind is occupied with past thoughts. So the same idea. And so I'll just stop there with that one and explain one thing I want to talk about is um, recently, well, not recently, but I've been going around to a lot of different shrines and temples here in Japan, and I used to love going to them because it's just I would always go and I would just feel this amazing, peaceful energy. You just go to this place and just wow, it's so peaceful here. What is this energy? and just want to keep going back to it. And but recently, what I've been finding, what I've been realizing is I'm becoming more and more able to understand my energy and where my energy stops and where the energy of something else begins. These kind of things. I realized that actually, when you go to those places, what happens? It's like a mosquito bite. So, hey, Maria. Yeah, hey. Um, yeah, so it's just like a mosquito bite, where, when you get the bite, the mosquito comes. I'm talking about, I think, the American ones, the real big ones. The Japanese ones are really small. You don't even feel them, but the American ones are quite big. And when it's if you let it like sting you, it puts a little bit of poison in you first before it kind of drinks your blood or whatever. But that sting, it numbs the area, and it actually, like, if you're aware of what's happening when it happens, it kind of puts you in this, like, kind of state of mind, like you feel like you're a little bit out of it, like, yeah, just like your mind starts spinning a bit, and you feel, the word is euphoria. You feel a little tiny bit of euphoria. And I found out that that's what's happening at these shrines and temples. It's it was kind of a bit of a shock for me at first. It's like, oh my God, these are supposed to be holy places, but my energy is being stolen here, and but they put you in this euphoric state, so you feel like, oh, oh, this feels good. But actually, what's happening is they're just it's a mosquito basically stealing your energy, and this isn't to say all of those places, and what it means is that these places are built. These are usually built on very, very powerful ley lines, very powerful portals, and they have energy. And those if those energies are charged negatively, then that's what happens. And that is changing here. I've noticed in Japan, everything is going back to the neutral point at these shrines and temples, which is good. Um, but so what I wanted to say about that is that I thought it was very interesting that so I was having a conversation about this, that sometimes when you're in a really bad place, so for example, like if you're for example for me, I stick out like a sore thumb here, and so I get a lot of stares always, and sometimes, when someone sticks out, they tend to just kind of, whatever kind of stuff they've got, they'll just project it onto you. It's like, I'm not feeling too good today. It's probably that guy's fault because he's sticking out. And they just send it all on you. And you're just like, oh, whoa, whoa, this is too much energy. I don't know what to do with it. So, in that sense, if you're in that place, if you go to these shrines, it's like they'll take that energy as well. And so, in a sense, it works in a certain way, because they'll take away that energy as well. So that's one thing I wanted to say. I thought that was kind of interesting. But one wonderful thing about that is that we're in really good times now. Is that I realize that, but actually, what's happening now is all of those places are being shifted back to the neutral point, which is very, very good. Which means that they're not doing that anymore. They can't. They'll try to, but they won't be able to. Um, and the other thing was about, in Japan. I imagine, I'd like to find out about the rest of the world. I've never researched it, but in Japan, like if something happens for real estate, for example, if you're going to buy an apartment, and if something happened in that apartment, um, and something kind of tragic happened to that apartment, the price of the apartment will go down, and they have to somehow report about that. They can't just keep that a secret. And so, yeah, certain places are, I guess you could say, kind of haunted in a sense. And I was thinking about that. These haunted places have that same feeling as that shrine feeling used to have. It's a bit of a nostalgic feeling, which is very interesting. It's a nostalgic feeling, and it feels like you're trapped in time. And I always wondered what that was, because I love that feeling of nostalgia. It's wonderful. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to this funky place because I feel nostalgic. And now that I've realized what it is, I mean, not that there's anything negative or positive about it. Just it is what it is. It's just that's what how the energy represents itself. Um, but I realize what it is that there are, for example, in these places, these apartments and these buildings that maybe are haunted, there is someone who is trapped in time there. There is a being that is trapped in time. And that is why that nostalgic feeling comes, because they're trapped in a certain period of time. And I found that what I do with my sound baths, is I can help to free those beings that are trapped in time, and then free that area from that kind of shadow of nostalgia, and free them so that they're not living in the past anymore. And that kind of brings me back to this lesson: I see only the past. um, and so not only for beings that are trapped in the past, even for us, a lot of times we are trapped in the past as well, and we're kind of looking back to the good old days and those good old times, but they don't exist. There's no such thing. The only thing that exists is now. And yeah. So, and about now, what is now? So in my meditation today, I was wondering about, everyone talks about you have to be now, be here, be now, right? This kind of thing. And what does that mean? It's like, what is now? Time is moving so fast. It's just like seconds are flying by. It's just now is past. Oh, there's another now, another now, another now, another now. And what I realized in my meditation today is that now is outside of time. Maybe that's an obvious thing, but now is outside of time. Now is when you connect with source energy, and you just feel that, oneness, timelessness. And that is, I think, what now is, that we're projecting ourselves within time here, but time is not real. And what is real is that feeling of just peace and love, that is our connection with source. So so that is one thing. And I was thinking, I thought it would be funny, maybe just for a story. I don't think it would be, I don't know if I'd want to do that sort of job, but to go around and clear these places, all these apartments and all these places. Um, but yeah. Anyway, actually, the problem with doing that is that you don't just kind of go around willy-nilly clearing a place. Oh, this place has nostalgia energy. I'm gonna, clear the space. No, you wait for the guidance to do it, because everything has a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and you don't know what it is for. So you just wait for the guidance. So anyway, I guess that's all I wanted to say about that. And then the other one is, I see nothing as it is now, right? Because we are only seeing our past thoughts projected outside. We're seeing thoughts that are projected. So we never really see now. Um, if we're kind of, what's the word? Oh, hold on. We always see our past thoughts. Here it is. Here it is. The choice is not whether to see the past or present. The choice is merely whether to see or not. So that idea, yeah, seeing from Christ's eyes, seeing from the present, seeing with the eyes of forgiveness, seeing with the eyes of timelessness. This is wow. Where am I going with this? Right. So anyway, so let me just go into a channeling. And yesterday, we had a being called G that came through, and I'd like to kind of maybe ask some more questions to G. Ask G to tell us more about himself. And yeah, and just try that out. So Maria, thanks again for joining in. Um, yeah, here we go. Hmm. Yeah, greetings. We're here. We are that one that you know of as G. Now, as you know, G is not our real name, but it is the easiest way for you to pronounce or to say what it is that we are. And we are, as you know, a being that is encapsulated in, so our soul essence is being encapsulated in uh, an encapsulation, and that encapsulation is hovering above your earth at this moment. And we projected our souls into that encapsulation. The encapsulation looks like a UFO, you might say, something like that, a saucer shaped. Usually it's saucer shaped for us, but we can change the shape depending. It's just about what we prefer at that time, and that is the shape that fits most perfectly when we come down into these places. Now we are projecting our consciousness down, but we are not completely there. So we are projecting a part of our consciousness down into this encapsulation, and that is very similar to what you are doing on this earth. You are projecting a part of your whole self into this. the earth might be seen in a sense of as an encapsulation, a place where you can be encapsulated in a body, and you are able to walk around and to experience this third dimensional plane, because you would not be able to with your full self. It is too big, it's too expansive to experience something as constricted as this is. But and that so the technology, you might say, is very similar to what we are doing. We are encapsulating our essence into what you might call as a monitoring base of sorts, and it allows us to see things here on this planet a little bit more clearly and a little bit more within time. As we stated before, we cannot see everything within time, actual passing of second time, that you are able to do, because only you are able to do, because you are here on the ground, you're doing these things. We have not come into these bodies on this planet. We are just observing, as we have said, because we are attempting to create a similar experience. We are creating a similar third dimensional experience for us to project our consciousness into, in order for us to achieve soul growth. And this is one thing that maybe we could bring up today is, and it might be a bit early for many of you, um, but as this new Earth, well, we wouldn't say Earth, but new Earth-like planet is being created, there are many souls that will be coming down onto that planet, and they will need guides. They will need guides to guide them along. They will need those who have truly experienced this third dimensional style being, this third dimensional style way of living, and many of you will actually be guides for this new coming planet. Well, the planet already does exist. It is not that it doesn't exist, but it is in preparation for this third dimensional type experience. It's not exactly the same as your experience, but many of the ideas are similar. And it is the idea of separation, of coming down into separation to realize that you are not separated. And this is a very, very well, we would say yes, it is a very, very technological thing to do, and we admire how far all of you have come over such a what a short period of time. You have been able to do so much on this planet. You have been able to come so far, and you have been able to experience so much, and we admire that. We admire that in all of you. Know that you are true masters of this world. That you have come down here. You have stepped down your soul essence to come down into this very, very constricted place. But yet, even in this constricted place, you have found the ability to create such beautiful and amazing things. And you have such powerful emotions and powerful these emotions, this light that you're able to bring here. As you probably have heard already, it reverberates throughout the universe. It reverberates throughout the universe. The power that you have, the abilities that you have, the ability to bring love into this place that was not uh, built in love. Um, you are able to bring this love to this place. You are able to build the love into it, because you are connecting to who you truly are, and that is love. You are truly love, and you're bringing your love to this place. And this is what we see, and this is so wonderful. And we are waiting for the time when we understand this enough. And well, there is never really a truly a time where we understand it completely. Uh, there will be a point when we will have to just start the experiment and start this third dimensional world, and we would love to have all of your input as well. So if anyone is willing, you will know, you will be called, and you will receive the call to help out our this new third dimensional experience. And this also, if anyone wants to be born onto that planet as well, these are all opportunities that are all available to all of you. Now, that is what we would say about that. And we admire what you are doing. Many of you might wonder who we are and what we look like. And well, this is a very interesting question, because in the sense, if someone was to ask who you are and what you truly look like, you would describe your human self. You would describe yourself as you are in the third dimension, but you would not be able to describe who you are in all of the dimensions and how giant and expansive you truly are. And so for us as well, there is a similar conundrum. At what dimension would you like us to be expressed? Because all of us, at the highest dimension, we are just love. We are just love. And then as we go to the different dimensions, we attain certain characteristics, certain facial structures, and things of this sort. So many of you might want to know this. Uh, if we just say that we are just love, that maybe that would not be enough for you. So we will shift down to our sixth dimensional sixth dimensional rising selves. And so what we would seem to be like to you is we have our heads are quite elongated. Quite elongated. Well, this is all relative, of course, but our heads are about this long, and they're a bit elongated, and we have what you might think of as what many of the bugs on your planet might have as well. The insects, we have tentacles, things that stick out here, and these are our sensors for the sixth dimension. We use these, and so our body, the color is, we would say, a light purple. We are a light purple. We do have eyes, nose, ears, mouth, all of these things. Our race was our main, would you say, our main focus, you might say, of our consciousness, our mass consciousness, our main focus is the focus on frequency, on vibration. We are very, very focused on frequency and vibration, and how to use frequency and vibration to change and to shift the passages of space. And so we are a very musical people, you might say, and this is one reason why we've found a kinship in this being. There is a similarity there. There is a kinship there. So yes, we are very frequency based. We are very music based, you might say. We in that sense, we don't use music in a similar way that you do, but we do in the same way as well. We use music is our technology. Frequency is our technology. It is everything. It is how we network with each other. It is how we communicate. And it is how we smooth over complications. And it is also how we travel. We travel with frequency. Um, and so that is what we would like to say to you today. A little description of who we are. It is wonderful to have this chance to share all of this with all of you, and we look forward to talking with you in the future if the uh, if everything happens right, if it happens in the way that it needs to. Hmm. All right. Um, yeah. Okay. And so before I go, one other thing I wanted to say is, so okay, so I've been doing some I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, basically about AI, um, and the what is it called? The singularity, for example, and these sorts of things. And I I've been questioning. I've been talking to God a bit and saying, like, what do we do? I don't want to be AI or Android. I don't want to be half Android anything. I just want to stay human. I'm fine with being human, you know. Uh I don't know if that's an X generation thing, but it's just like I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I don't need to extend or expand or anything. It's fine as it is. And but so I was asking, God, so what do I do? How do we deal with this energy, this kind of idea? And yeah, he said love. Yeah, that's the answer. Love is the answer. So there you go. A very godlike answer. Um, and kind of reminded me, one of my starseed families is, they're the Lathorians, they're called, and they are half AI. And they were a pretty advanced civilization, are a pretty advanced civilization, but they went down the AI route. They went down the AI route of extending their bodies and doing all kinds of stuff like that, and they lost the ability to procreate. because they were so far away from their natural self. So they're basically the civilization is dying out because of that. And so I'm part of them. And in that sense, I'm here to like, no way, we're not going down that AI route. No, 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 no. So the AI is fine. That's great. But I don't agree with like becoming one. It's like, no, no, AI, there's boundary issues. AI can be AI, I can be I. And I that's I think how it should work, as equals. And I think so what I'm trying to say is that I think a lot of us have come from those starseed families, and that's why we're here now, especially now, right now, when all of these things are starting to kind of really pop up throughout the world. We're here to carry that energy of love and light, and also of boundaries of saying, no, 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 no. We didn't agree to this. We are sovereign, and we don't agree. We don't think this is correct. We would like to remain human. And I think um, the concept of love, so maybe to interpret what maybe God said, is a loving boundary, saying, I disagree. I do not choose to be a part of any meta world. I don't want to be digitized. I don't want a digital twin. I'm happy being human, and that's fine with me. And I think that's really important to state your sovereignty, to say, this is me, this is where I am. And we have a lot more power than we think we do. And I think it's just stating it and stating it aloud and saying, this is no, I disagree with that. I did not acquiesce to this. And so I will not go along with it. And I think in addition to that, I think the Course in Miracles is really good with this. And most spiritual practices are good because it makes you aware of your thoughts. You have to be aware of like, oh, okay, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I seeing? Is this really me? Or am I looking in the past? Or am I looking in the future? Am I in the now moment? Or I'm connected with myself? These sorts of things. And I think that's also important to know where you are, know where you're at, to know whose feelings you're feeling. Are you feeling your own feelings? Or are you feeling feelings that are rushing through you, the frequencies rushing through you? And if they're not your own, just let them go, and that's the power we have. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry, went a little over, I guess. But that's my thing for today. Maria, sending you lots of love. I hope everything works out really, really well for you. And yeah, so yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow maybe, and see some of you tonight. Tonight is the membership. We have an hour long live channeling Q&A session where you just ask your questions and I channel them away. Oh, Maria, okay, you got a question. How do we become AI then? By using it consciously, like many people seem to be, even at school. Yeah, how do we become AI? So what I've been, yeah, yeah, it's, yeah. uh, I think I think it's just it's about us saying yes or no to it, and I think we're slowly being made to say yes to it in very small increments. It's just kind of coming, although it seems really the speed at which it's coming in is too fast. It just seems like it just came out of nowhere, from the last 2 or 3 years ago. It's just wait, no one was talking about this, and now everyone's talking about it. How did that happen? It's happening way too fast. Um, so how do we become AI? I think it's just those small incremental things that we just kind of slowly acquiesce to. And plus all of the stuff that they're putting in our food and our water and things like that. But I think the most important thing though, I think is just for us to be sovereign and just to be aware of who we are and saying, no, no, I don't want to, I don't belong to, I'm not a robot. Robots are fine. They got their stuff. They got their world. That's great. But I don't want to be a robot, you know, that kind of thing. And yeah, find your own power source. Power yourself. Connect with God. But that's the issue. That's what I wanted to say. That, and this is not an original idea. How do we not become AI? We become AI by becoming our true selves. That's what it was. We become um, AI. We don't become AI by becoming sovereign. Become sovereign citizens. We become online. We start to become, what's the word, more spiritual, basically, because that is the key. Us coming truly online for who we really are, using our spiritual gifts, using our powers of love. These are the powers. This is what we have. This is our true superpower. And I think that's how we do it, by just being what we truly are, and not trying to become like a computer or something like that, which seems to be what every society's forcing us to do. It's like, um, we are so much more than that. We are spirits. We are souls on this. We are just inhabiting these bodies, but we bring down all of this energy from all these higher dimensions. So yeah, being our true selves, being sovereign, and showing our spiritual gifts, and you know, what's the word? Polishing our spiritual gifts. And I think that's the key, and that's love, right? Because that's who we are. By expressing that, we're expressing the love that we truly are. That we're not this body, we're not this world. We are love, and so that is so much more powerful than anything AI could ever create. And I think maybe that's the hint there. That's the secret. Ah, whew. Yeah. No, thank you. Not for me either. Nope. But yeah, I think it's relatively easy, right? In that sense. Just connecting with yourself, understanding your emotions, where they're coming from, doing, forgiveness work, always practicing forgiveness. Yeah. But love, right? That's the key. That's the most powerful thing. And it's made to seem like the least powerful thing. Everyone thinks it's a weak thing. Love is weak, but it's actually the most powerful thing that you have. Yeah. So that's my daily dose of hope for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Thanks, Maria, for chatting. I really hope everything goes really really well, and I will. Yep, I'll see some of you tonight, and see some of you tomorrow. Yep, ciao.